Just at Casa Loma. It's a Gothic revival castle style mansion. It started construction in 1911, finished in 1914. So apparently it took 3 years for them to build this. Can you imagine? I don't fucking believe that for 1 minute, but you know how that goes. Always questioning all the shit that we see, especially from a construction standpoint. Like, been on enough sites and seen enough bullshit to know it takes a hell of a lot longer than 3 years to build something like this. I just, they think we're stupid. Like, I guess it's just a matter of looking at it, right? You don't think about it. Why would you ever consider it, right? Just believe everything you're told, face value. That's history for you. Good morning, guys. Well, it's 12:23 here, but I don't know where you guys are at. Yeah, I'm just in Toronto, checking out all kinds of stuff. Actually, I've been here for a couple days already, doing my adventure travel tourism thing. So it's traveling and just doing whatever I feel like, but not paying for accommodations. So it's been interesting. I'm enjoying myself though. I've seen a lot of cool shit so far, and yeah. Imagine going to Toronto for like 3 days and only spending like $30-$40. That's right. You can do anything on a budget. You don't mind camping out. I'm just walking around with my travel bag too, right? So it's hilarious. I'm enjoying it. Unfortunately, the angle really sucks with the sun today, but I'll try to do a little walk around here. But yeah, they said this took 3 years to build. It's fucking insane. I don't believe that for 1 second. And then after 10 years, apparently the owners just abandoned it or whatever, or lost it because they went broke or something. It's just stupid stories, man. But yeah, imagine. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Oh, you're in Alberta right now. Yeah. I imagine this is a facade, like I always talk about, and there's probably a lot of brick involved as well. So. It's fucking tourists everywhere, though. At least I don't stick out like a sore thumb like every other place I'm taking pictures at. No one's gonna bother me. I'm not worried. But yeah, I'll try to answer as much questions as I can. Sometimes I know a bit about the place I'm looking at. Sometimes I just kind of wing it, but it's fucking stupid expensive to go in. They want $40 to walk around in this stupid thing. So, you know what I'll do? I'll let the other people that want to post their stuff on YouTube or whatever of them walking through. That way you guys can see, but I still have to come here and take a look. But it's really neat, actually. There's stables down the road, and apparently part of the tour, you actually go in a tunnel that goes between the two buildings. It goes for like 800 feet or whatever. Oh, cool. Check this out. It's always the depictions of the lions a lot of times. But yeah, the whole grounds has the crenellations for the castle, like castle-looking walls, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of a weird way to do a mansion, right? Like, and they always call it like revival, but I think it was just an original, and the revival is the way of covering it up. And maybe those architects existed, maybe they're just fake names, but it just seems like a lot of BS to me, guys. Yeah, imagine like crowded with all these fucking people paying $40 to go do that shit. It's stupid. Anyways, but oh yeah, check the fountain with the crenellations. It's a really neat spot. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll read the plaque to you guys just so you can get an idea of what ridiculous this is. Okay. All right. So, at the peak of his dramatic career, Sir Henry Mill Pellet was one of Canada's most powerful businessmen and ambitious financier who became wealthy through bold investments in electricity, real estate, and mining. Pellet helped to bring electric streetlights to Toronto. Interesting. To develop the first Canadian hydroelectric generating station at Niagara Falls. That was pretty neat. I was down there checking out a bunch of stuff there. In 1901, Pellet became commanding officer of the Queen's Own Rifles, a militia regiment. He joined at the age of 17. His leadership of this regiment and his role in the development of electric power in Ontario earned him a knighthood in 1905. So in 1913, they said it wasn't done until 1914, so that's kind of weird, but it says 1913 he moved in, and it was designed for them by architect E.J. Lennox. It was one of North America's grandest residences. So 10 years later, yeah, they were forced to leave after failed investments. severely reduce their wealth. But if you built it and bought it, why would you just leave? Like, see how silly that sounds? And I mean, every time we look at these historical things, it's always a lot of bullshit, right? I'll go into the parking lot and give you guys a little side view too, what we're looking at here. But yeah, do you guys actually believe this was built in three years, the beginning of the 1900s? It's fucking silly, I tell you. Yeah, I see these walls over here with the crenellations. I think they look really cool. Yeah, there's all. I never realized how much like really neat architecture is here in Toronto, and you know, I remember coming to a lot of these places when I was a child, but you know, I didn't realize how vast and how crazy some of these buildings are. Same with the exhibition. I did a lot of filming down there. So the World's Expo that they had here in Toronto, obviously a lot of the buildings are still there, and that's pretty neat to check out. But yeah, I'm gonna walk over to the stables. I'll show you guys. So yeah, there's an 800-foot tunnel. Goes from the castle to the stables. I mean, I don't know why, but it seems kind of silly to me. But hold on. When I'm walking in the sunlight, I can't see the comments either. So just, if you guys have any questions, I'll try to answer them as I can. But like I said, let's get some shade for a second here. Yeah. Yeah. Right? That's funny. I'm a tourist, but yeah. Yeah, I got a bullshit detector for sure, right? Yeah. Why? Why would two people just build this for them to live in? It's stupid. And how are they heat? Like, imagine trying to heat a place like this. What would the bills be like? Yeah. Pretty funny, eh? Oh, really, it's so fucking hot. I want to go first. I just want to jump in the fountain. One of these days, I'm just gonna do some dumb shit. But yeah, it's been cool. I've been having some fun and checking out all kinds of stuff. There's a lot. I mean, I'm posting some stuff here and there, but they're trying to limit that a little bit. Um, the worst thing is like when I'm trying to film, I'm like forgetting that there's traffic and I'm in a huge city, so I gotta careful not to get run over. But I'm doing okay. I'll survive. It's not my first rodeo, but yeah. Okay, you guys see this? Who builds fucking stables like that? It doesn't matter how rich you are. It's absolutely pointless, right? Like, I see no benefit, no anything. Like, why? And why are the same materials? Why don't you just like it's fucking horses? Like, and so if that took them 3 years, like, was that included into this? That's what took it for them. Like, I took the same amount of time. It's so weird. I don't know if you can see, but the height difference between the doorways and the people standing in them. Hold on. Let me get it close up. See that? Yeah, because the horses are that large, right? It's fucking silly. But yeah. I never realized how stupid expensive tours are for shit that was probably like, they're still raking in the dough after stealing all this shit back in the day, right? Fucking tours, yeah. Excuse me. Like, are the horses going up there? Do they have a horse bed and breakfast? Like, I don't get it. Fucking stupid. Oh, what does that say? 1915? So they built this. It was finished after or started after. It's all the same building materials from the looks of it. And now you see how this is all brick and the other one was not? Guaranteed. It's the exact same thing. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Brick, no brick. No facade, facade. Do you know what I mean? So this is the point I'm trying to drive home, guys. Okay, perfect example. It's a lot of fakery. But yeah. Oh, and they got like a toroidal field column shit going on. And yeah, I like it's interesting decorations. But yeah, this is the point I'm trying to home because you'll see like all around, you'll see those foundations. It looks like a foundation, but it's not. You know, they're just faking it. Fake it till you make it, right? That's what they say. But yeah, and why would you put a tunnel between two buildings? It just seems really silly. Like, is there like other vast parts of this castle that we don't know about? You know what I mean? A lot of the times, I think what happened is they found all this stuff in whatever state it was in, and they had to make it look like they built it and make it look new. You know, you look at a lot of the history books and stuff. What they did is, I call it the great Freemason coding and cover up, and with the scaffold maneuver, and that's trademarked, so don't steal that. With the scaffold maneuver, so what they do is they come up to these places, they set up they'll coat them, whatever, they'll do their little facade, put the scaffold around, and take a picture, and that one goes into the history books, and it's like, that's kind of the thing, because the idea is that like concrete and whatever is kind of a newer invention, but brick can be ancient. We don't really know how. And the thing is, you look at the history of castles and things in Europe and other places, and you're looking at 100 years sometimes. Like, or that the church, the Granada, sorry, the Familia, sorry, Granada Familia, what is it? San Granada Familia, there we go. San Granada Familia Church. They've been building it for 120 years, and they're still not done. So, do you see where I'm going with this stuff, guys? Like, it's quite silly looking at this stuff. And, okay, there's a little more. I'll show you. And like having a background in construction, you know, I've been around all these different sites, and I see how these people work and how long it takes, and you have each trade coming in after the next. It just can't all be done at once. You know what I mean? It's impossible that they were doing this. Because think, like, all the foundations, the supplying the bricks, just everything. And at that time, you know, think about everything else that was going on. So it's a quite interesting thing. There's a lot of even older buildings that I've been looking at. There was a distillery district, and there's buildings from like 1835, and the brick is immaculate, perfect shape. You know what I mean? I feel like brick structures could last a lifetime. We don't know how long some of these things have been standing for. Like, if we've been lied to about our history, like we don't fucking really know, do we? Right? I'm gonna go sit in the shade for a minute, guys. I'm in Toronto at Casa Loma. It's a Gothic revival style castle mansion, which is silly in itself. And yeah, I'm just looking at the stables right now. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so I mean, why build something like this for horses? It doesn't matter how rich you are. There's no point to it. It's really silly. I really don't get it. I'm sure they got some BS story. Okay, but you see how all these towers are brick. You can see the difference, right? And then when you look at these other structures, it has that facade that they've done, the plaster or the like concrete material that they're doing, and yeah, it's to hide the age of these buildings. Because if we really knew how old they were, we'd probably question things about America and other places, right? And you know, the more I look into it, the more questions I have. But the more questions I have, and the more I look, the more I find, and the more I find, the more I'm gonna understand. The more I understand, I can share with you guys, right? And yeah, look out for horse wrestlers, yeah. But yeah, it's just a really weird thing. And if you look at the spires, like, that's all brick. And the other thing I've been trying to show is, you know, a lot of these revival style buildings, they have that dormer in the front, the big triangle, and then the pillars. Well, there was an example I saw at a University of Guelph, and and that's how I had all these little pieces of evidence, just like, and I'm just more and more is backing up. The more I travel and the more I visit these different places, the more I'm seeing that it really is all brick. But yeah, so those columns that you usually see with like the toroidal, like fields coming out of them, they're brick. And I found ones that were all brick. I actually saw some on my way over here, so just more things to add to that. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little live walk around. I got a bunch of like photos and video and stuff. Obviously, it's going to be better quality than just looking at it live. you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions before I jump off. All right, well, thanks for checking it out, guys, and I'll be posting more about it later, like close-ups and more detailed pictures, you know, so be interesting. But you guys take care of yourselves. Yeah, no problem. I'm very passionate about it, and I want to learn more, and I really, I've always questioned a lot of things, and now this just adds even more to it, and it adds more like mystery and intrigue to this world around us. And I never gave two shits about this stuff, and that's probably why I never noticed it. Do you know what I mean? But once you're kind of aware of it, you can't not notice it. And the more you think about it, and the more you look at these different construction times, the more you're going to question things, and the more it's just it goes on. Like, and it's definitely leading towards something, but it's like that kind of like alternative history kind of thing. So it's where I think this is all headed. And trying to get a grasp on how old this stuff really is, and potentially America and other places, right? You know, there's a lot of questions we have about what's been going on. So, and especially in terms of like electrical devices, these are to some people, and including myself. People look at it as technology, right? Because you got to look at your cell phones, watches, all these different things. All the components of them is made of the same materials you get from the ground, right? You have your crystals, your rock materials, your gold, silver, all these different metals, and all these things. It's just in a smaller form, right? So if you think of these, if they were built of the same materials and they use the same kind of principles, then it would stand to reason that there are just larger forms built. It's like a different form of it, but you know what I mean. And there's a reason for symmetry and all these different things. And obviously they paint a picture as to what these different things are, but you know, maybe they're not. You know what I mean? So it's fun to question these things, right? So, all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off, and you guys take care of yourselves. You just see it now, just barely through the trees, but there's a 800-foot tunnel that connects the castle to the stables. I don't know why stables would need that and like castle crenellations and things of that nature. It just seems silly. But look at the top. Look at that squirrel eating his nut.